Yo, it's your boy Kilo, man. 49ers Street Squad. Make sure you hit like, man. Woo!
You can't handle the truth.
Young Purple, Cali.
49er Faithful, this is your boy Chili Will, and welcome to the 49ers Street Squad pre-game huddle with the 49ers at Green Bay Packers tomorrow, baby. And I don't know about you, I'm pumped up, man, ready for this game, the frozen tundra, man, you know what I'm saying? But we got the Faithful out there representing anyway, you know, out there in the cold, ready for this big game, man. We're going to get into it and talk about it with my special guest, Antonio Alvello. Let's bring my man in.
What's up, Chili Will? How are you, man?
Antonio, yes, playoff time, brother. And I don't know about you, man, but man, it's gonna be exciting, man. It's gonna be an exciting big game, man. You know, out there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, obviously not the most tropical weather. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be dealing with some coldness, some very freezing temperature, very freezing temperatures, right? But you know what? I know the boys gonna be up and ready for it because it ain't like we haven't done it before. And I just know the guys are gonna go in there and they're gonna be ready, man, to start cutting some cheese.
Cut the cheese in Milwaukee, man.
Yes.
You know, we got that California cheese coming, so you know it's gonna be a big game. I got FOMO. I was talking with you about this. I was like, man, we were looking at some flights last second. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stay home. We've been on the road for a couple of weeks. You and I, Chili Will. It's time to sit this one out. It's gonna be like 1 to 8 degrees on game time. I don't know if I'm ready for that type of weather right now. I don't even think coronavirus can float around in that kind of weather. But
some frozen icicle virus, corona,
icicle
man.
virus.
You know what I'm saying? By the time you spit on somebody and freeze and hit you and beep right on your face. Oh,
frozen droplets. But yeah, I mean, this is a big game. You know, a lot to talk about, a lot happening each day, leading up to this, from injuries to, everybody coming to practice. It looks like, this is the game, man. This is the game. I also think that this team, the Green Bay Packers, I think that this is the biggest team in the NFC. So, I think the winner of this goes to the bowl. I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it
right there, right?
Okay. The winner of this goes to the bowl.
Yeah, well, our boys, they left yesterday, left the clubhouse down there at Levi Stadium, on the buses, and it was great to see some of the faithful ready to cheer them on and, see them off. And, of course, here in Green Bay on Friday. And I know these guys are going to be locked in. And, it's not going to be the same as last time. And I know that the boys are definitely going to be ready. But you know what? Before we get started, Antonio, I was gonna just go ahead and just cover. Well, it's too early this Friday because we know we got a lot of faithful flying in. Coming into the game this weekend. And so we got kind of let everybody know what's happening out there as far as where the party spots are. So we got the night invasion that's going to be happening, right? It's going to be a pregame rally, raffle, and giveaways. It says it's going to be on Saturday. Saturday 22nd, Saturday, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Okay, and that's going to be let's see, the pregame rally at the bars, free admission, is going to be from 12 to 3. So remember now, guys, the Niners are playing on Saturday, so all this is happening on Saturday.
Yes.
So you're going to have the rally, right? You're going to have the rally. It says then they're going to walk to the tailgate, which will be from 3:15 to 6. Okay, and then at 6:15, they plan on marching to the stadium together, and then they're gonna get at the game at 7:15. Game time's at 7:15. Excuse me, and there's a barcode there to scan for all full details if you need to do that. Let me see. I think, and also, the 408. And I don't know if this one and the same or not, but the 408 are going to be having their tailgate also, which is going to be down right by the stadium. And there's a map in the lower corner, but I blow it up for you, so you can see the location where the 408 faithfuls are. They're going to be in lot 2, right by the stadium. Almost looks like right in front of the stadium. So talk about being noticed. We are there. You know what I'm saying? So hope you guys coming in. Make sure you, and you can also go to the Instagram 49ers Street Squad, well, 49ers _Street _Squad. and I posted a lot of that information on there too. And my man, if you follow my man Antonio Vello, he's also on Instagram. He's always got all the information up there for everybody and stuff. So we all want to keep the 49er faithful well informed and heading out there and just knowing where to go and where the party's at, where the party's gonna be at on Saturday.
Right. So yeah, we've done this before. 4 years ago, we hooked up with the Wisconsin chapter, and we held the meet and greet at the bar, which is almost across the street from the stadium. I've been there, and it's a pretty cracking bar. It's like,
is it bigger than Texas Live?
No, it's not bigger than Texas Live, but it's probably the only big bar in Green Bay.
Really?
Green Bay, when you guys go into Green Bay, it's in the middle of like a neighborhood. And then the stadium is just in, Green Bay.
Really?
The Green Bay Packers are owned by the city. They don't have an actual owner. So this is a pretty community.
Really?
And,
so there's not like no city buildings around here or nothing? I mean, we're not talking like the Metropolis or anything. This is just out in the I don't know, Valley, Field of Dreams or something. This is like just a stadium sitting out in the middle of nowhere.
So they got like so they got their stadium, and then they have a practice field where the team practices, and then there's the bar sitting right there. So you just walk right over. Now, depending on who wants to tailgate, who doesn't, it's going to be 1 to 8 degrees, so you can stay there until kickoff. But I think it's a pretty clever idea that the front office went in and even wanted to do a meet and greet on the same day, because I almost forgot it was a night game. And so they're on Central Time. It's a Central Time, so it makes sense. But it also keeps everybody a little warm, because I don't know if everybody can do an entire full tailgate.
Yeah, not out there
in that weather, man. You guys pack warm. Bring your gloves. I forgot gloves when I was out there, and that was every beer was about to my fingers were going to fall off holding a beer. So
yeah, you definitely want to make sure you bring out the winter wear and the ski wear, whatever. If you're used to skiing and being out in the mountains, people definitely have a good idea how to deal with maybe these kind of temperatures a lot, But yeah, you're gonna be wearing the extra pair of trousers, and what they call those, the big pants they wear for skiing and stuff, to keep the legs warm. Ski pants, and
snowboarding
all that
pants.
good, and wear the whole face, mask. I've actually bought one of those things, one of those face kind of covering things, because we were. Oh shit! I think when we went to Chicago game, I kind of thought, in case it's cold, I better bring this face mask, So I, had the thick. Me and Gloria had the thick face mask to wear, and we were ready for some cold weather in Chicago. But thank goodness it wasn't. A little chilly, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't, it didn't need a face mask,
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad.
You'll see somebody selling stuff. Green Bay, you're gonna need a few face masks.
Yeah, they're gonna be. You're gonna see vendors selling stuff.
Yeah,
they'll be selling face masks. I swear it's gonna be. When I went, it was maybe 37 degrees, and I thought that was 0 degrees. I wouldn't know what 1 degree would feel like, but 37 degrees. I thought it would. I'm a Cali boy.
I know, right? We kind of spoiled by weather out here, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'll admit it, man. I don't care. People. Oh man, you ain't a real Niner fan. I ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to get out there and catch pneumonia. But So yeah, man. Back again with the Green Bay Packers. We last saw them on week week 3, right? Yeah, week 3. And we all know actually it was a good game because it was close. Actually, Jimmy G kind of, if I remember correctly, he drove. Oh no, was that the one Trey Lance came in later in that game, right? I think he played only half. Or did Jimmy play that whole game?
Jimmy,
oh my goodness!
Played the game, drove us down there. We scored in
the
fourth
right.
quarter. We thought we were going to win, and then with a few seconds left. Aaron Rodgers drove down and kicked the field goal to win it with no time left.
Yeah. And even then, we didn't really have all our players, right? I mean, we didn't have all, not all the guys that are going to be coming this time. Elijah Mitchell didn't play in that game. So we didn't have our strong running backs. I think actually our running backs were actually really, a lot of them were hurting at the time. So I think at the time Trey Sermon, I think was running back, in that game. And him being a rookie and stuff, I mean, he still wasn't probably quite. I mean, he was the best we had going, but he probably wasn't quite prepared, to deal with the a lot of that offensive carries and stuff. So made it a lot more difficult. And we let's see, who else were we missing? We're missing some. We're missing some players.
Sermon played. Trey Sermon played in this game. He had 10 carries for 31 yards, and that was week three. Week 3 again. We didn't really know Elijah Mitchell was going to be down like that. Trey Lance was 1 for 1, so he threw a pass in that game. But Jimmy G went 25 for 40 passes in that game. Wow. 2 for 257, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Right.
Our identity has changed since then.
Yeah, and now break it down, man. Tell us what are the Green Bay Packers going to really be in for tomorrow?
Well, I think that you're going to have to deal with this running game and this aggressive offensive line that we have. The weather's going to be so cold. I don't think this is going to be an air and out game. Mm-hmm. I think that if anybody's going to be airing it out, it'll be Aaron Rodgers. And I think our DBs and our defensive line need to be ready for that. I think the 49ers are going to come in here and stop the run. They're not going to be able to run on us. And it's going to come down to how much pressure can we apply on Aaron Rodgers. Can we make him uncomfortable? And that is going to be the game. And then the rest is not making any mistakes, being able to run the ball on our end, and Jimmy G doing enough to win this game.
Yeah, I agree strongly with you with that. Like you said, them not being able to run the ball, I think it's going to be a lot more difficult, especially now with this defense that we could say is mostly back rather healthy. Now, Bosa went down last week, in Dallas, but, he will be back playing for the game tomorrow, and Fred Warner will be back.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. He had the ankle. He twisted his ankle in that Dallas game, so, but he seemed to be up and about and, was back in practice doing his thing. So we count on both these guys, being back in, and which is a big plus because, those are like two of our captains right there. Bosa is the one that really helps that D line, be as strong as they are and putting the pressure, on the quarterback. And with him in there, he's taking up 2 guys because they're going to block it with 2 guys. Then you got everybody else going to be running stunts all up in the gaps and trying to make plays on Rodgers. So I think Rodgers is going to probably see a lot more pressure than he did even the last game. And even the last game, he saw some pressure. Don't get me wrong. The defense was showing up, but, we still weren't, we didn't have the secondary, which definitely needs to be prepared and ready because we got to face Davante Adams again.
Right.
This is the guy that practically him and Rodgers single-handedly just broke our backs,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, let's just look at the stats here. I'm pulling them up. Aaron Rodgers went 23 for 33 for 261 and 2 touchdowns. 261, that's not even a big game, but Davante Adams had 12 receptions for 132 yards. The only other receiver that had the most receptions was Marquise Valdez, and he only had 3 receptions. So Davante Adams really was the key that won that game for them.
Right. So we can all agree to disagree that the fact that Davante Adams is the guy that this Niners secondary has to stop. So you take out their biggest weapon, Adams. Okay, so can our secondary, with Emmanuel Sanders, which I'm sure will be the guy covering Adams, and we, Ambry Thomas, who's been doing a great job last couple of games, he's been holding it down pretty well. They both those cornerbacks have been holding these receivers down the last couple of games, and they have been going up against some very talented, pro wide receivers, in Cup from the Rams. And then you had CeeDee Lamb from Dallas, and also now his name is escaping me, but the other receiver, Cooper. There you go, Cooper. 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 And these are big play guys for that team, And Niners were able to go in there, of course, put a lot of pressure on Dak, and he's not being able to see these guys open. But you got cornerbacks that are really covering these guys good, and I think that's going to be vital. That's going to be key in this game tomorrow.
Yeah, and Aaron Jones also, he carried 19 times for 82 yards. So I believe in that game, we were a little, we were coming off of 2 wins, and this was the start of a slump that we had in the season. I don't know if you remember, we lost a few in a row. We weren't sure what kind of team we had. And I also think that Shanahan has grown since that game as a play caller and spreading the ball around. Ayuk was absent. Kittle did most of the work in this game. And so you look at okay, there's more weapons. Kittle went 7 receptions for 92 yards, and Debo had 5 receptions for 52 yards. That's not going to be the stats that I see in this game. And I also think the running game, if Green Bay wants to put 8 in the box to make Jimmy pass, I don't even know if they can stop the firepower in the run. So this is a totally different game. The question that I have is our defensive line versus Green Bay's offensive line, and that's going to be the key to this game.
Right. It's going to be done, again, battle down in the trenches, and who's going to execute. And that's where I feel like I think the Niners have the upper hand because, we were just talking about the last show, how well the offensive line has been blocking along with the tight ends and wide receivers, and these guys now all seem to be on the same page now. And, as far as, the execution of plays, and going out there. And let's face it, Green Bay is not a great, they're not great about stopping the run on the defense. So if anything, that's going to be the thing, and how to attack these guys is with the running game. And like you said, now you get this. Now this time they come with Debo. Now he's got a little bit, not just wide receiver, but now it's coming as a running back. This guy with with this shifty speed, and everything. It's almost like, okay, we almost have our Mostert back now. You know what I'm saying? But not with just one player, but with 2 players. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's gonna be a handful for the Green Bay Packers to be ready for. I mean, I know they know that, and I know they'll be prepared for it, but will they be able to stop it?
Right. This game is, I'm pumped up, man. I'm gonna be honest, I'm biased. I think the Niners will win this game. But if I want to actually humble myself and look at this, I just can't see us losing this game unless we make mistakes.
Right.
We have to protect the ball in this weather. I mean, it's got to be fundamentals. And I think we got too many leaders on this team right now. I think this team is fired up. I want to say that I just feel like when you're a team like Green Bay and you have momentum going into the playoffs, sometimes that bye week can mess you up.
Yep. Yeah, it can.
And we've seen it in NFL history. No one picked the Niners to win this game. Every analyst who is an analyst says no way. And this team's got a little chip on its shoulder, this Niner team coming in, and I don't think they're scared. They're coming in. They have nothing to lose. Yeah,
and you're right. These guys, if anything, they're loose. They're having fun. They're coming out like, hey, the pressure's all on you guys. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we're not. I'm sure they're looking at it like, we weren't supposed to be in this picture anyway. You know what I'm saying? But we got our foot in the door, and now that we do, guess what? We're gonna make we're gonna be the spoilers and make the best of it. And I you see that you see it all the time. They're coming out, in the locker room with that beatbox going. Feeling loose, jumping around, and they're just feeling themselves. They're like, hey, just like back in the day, we had the 2012, right? We had the Tony Montana, hit squad, I'm saying? Captain special teams out there like, let's go, baby, let's go. Tony what I mean?
Montana.
Tony Montana, and man, they were you could just tell the team was just so loose and just, they weren't caught up in, motion, it was just like, just go out here, let's play our game the way we know how to play and make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I like what you said. Now, again, the key, to winning this game against Green Bay, to me, and you kind of touched on it, it was the fact that it can't be no turnovers. So Jimmy G, if the concern I'm going to have is going to be Jimmy G again. And, because we all know Jimmy G is always good for that one interception somewhere along the way. Let's just hope it's not doesn't come at a crucial time, where it's going to benefit the Green Bay Packers like it almost did in Dallas,
Right.
because that was a big kind of momentum changer for a second. It was kind of scary. So, we got to take care of the ball. Where we take care of no INTs, and just make sure that we're doing the smart things. I also think that I feel that the Niners need to also try to use a lot of clock, because the less time Aaron Rodgers is out there on the field to do any damage, the better. So the play clock, I'm thinking you're looking at the play clock, make sure you're kind of working down to that almost 5 seconds before executing the ball. Make sure you're using up some time. I think that kind of hopefully will come into play too. And what was I going to say?
Running the ball is going to be big. When I'm looking at this last game, Chili Will, and here's a stat that I'm seeing. Trey Sermon was our starting running back.
Mm-hmm.
He had 10 carries.
Right.
Kyle Juszczyk had 5. And then George Kittle had a carry. Ayuk had a carry. Garoppolo, Trey Lance, and Debo too. So they had 21 carries that entire game. And Jimmy dropped back 40 passes. That's not happening. That's not happening in this game. Jimmy hasn't, I don't think, passed 40 times the rest of the season. But this was that time of the season when I was starting to question Kyle Shanahan on like, yo, man, we got to run the ball. But also this was when our running backs, I think, were getting banged up. We had lost lost Mostert. We had no identity at running back.
Yeah,
at
Wilson
that time.
Jr. was out.
Wilson Jr. was still out.
And Hasty, whatever.
Hasty was out.
He was out. I don't think he even played, So I like you said, the best guy at the time was Trey Sermon, who was, I think, at the time the healthiest and ready to go. Everybody else was kind of dinged up. Yeah.
This was that third game where we were like, dude, are we having the injury bug problem again? We got running backs dropping like flies. We had lost Verrett in the first game. In that third game, we're just sitting here. And then remember, during that time, we couldn't put teams away. We were winning. And even though we won those first 2 games, we couldn't put teams away. And that was our problem. And then this is when Green Bay came back on that last drive and haunted us and beat us. I think this team has went through some growing pains since that game. Yeah. And you kind of go back to this championship game on the way Shanahan called the run plays when we had Mostert and he scored 4 touchdowns and 200 and something yards rushing. It was a career day. Yeah. You rush like that, you win the princess. Yeah.
That's right.
That's when the king hands over the princess to you. Yeah, he had a hell of a game. And I think Jimmy Garoppolo threw like 8 passes that game. I see this game more like that championship game. I just don't see Kyle putting Jimmy in situations. Now, third down is going to be a key play. That's when we got to dial it up. Now, are we going to work short passes like these slants to Ayuk? Are we going to get George Kittle? Kittle's been quiet. This is a team he does very well against. So here's where I'm thinking, how does Green Bay's defense prepare for our offense? And that's the strategy that I look at, because we already know our team. Is Green Bay going to come in and try to put 8 in the box to stop Debo in the run game? And then is Jimmy going to go over the top? You go 8 in the box, and that's when Kittle starts running all over the place. Right. And so I'm looking at this as such a fun game. Now, the other thing, too, is when it gets 1 degree, 8 degrees, guys are a lot slower. So when you're watching it on TV, you're like, man, how come he's so slow? Yeah. Everything's so slow out there when you're running in 1 degree weather. Right. So the game is going to be a little slowed down, I believe. And that's where the pass rush and, your check downs for Aaron Rodgers is going to be key. But, he's a Hall of Famer. You can't underestimate him in anything.
Yeah. And good point. Rodgers. Now, this guy hasn't thrown an interception from what I just heard, quite a few games. Okay. So this is a guy that's like plus 13, they said, for, turnover ratio. Yeah. Excuse me. And, plus 13. So, and we're like minus 3, and which isn't good. So, the thing is, Aaron Rodgers, dangerous guy, man. I mean, this is the guy. This is a quarterback now that's going to throw the ball, and he's the kind of guy that gets the ball out and gets it to his guys before they get to where they need to catch it. So that's why he's so successful and great as a quarterback, because he can put the ball right where the guy needs to catch it before they practically within seconds know it's going to be there. But they just know, and that's why he's got that good, that good connection with Adams, because he knows where he knows exactly to get that thing right over his shoulder, right, and make those just great plays. That's something you can't really say Jimmy has. He doesn't have that same kind of ability. He's more like, I'll wait till you get open and then throw. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if Jimmy could not be, Clark Kent and be Superman, and hopefully make that transition and be able to get that ball out to his Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, whoever, before, get that ball out there in the area where they're going to be open at, and just trusting these guys that they're going to catch it, if he's able to come in and play that kind of style, then, we, good and down well, we're going to probably smoke these guys, you know what I'm saying? But see, Jimmy just doesn't, let's face it, he doesn't really possess that type of always, quality. I've seen him do it a couple of times, but not consistently. Rodgers, he's just like, I'm flinging this thing, I'm letting it go. Like he has that much faith and trust in his players and himself. He can do that, and that's where the guy can hurt you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel it's just important. Take Adams out this game. You got to, if you're going to, if this team's going to beat us, let them try to beat us a different way, but not with Adams. Because if they have not, if one thing they haven't learned from that week 3 game, they better have Adams' number, And also, I feel that the Niners got to have pressure, a lot of defensive pressure on Rodgers too. Don't let him get too comfortable. I know one thing I know is about Rodgers that I didn't really see maybe from the last NFC Championship game when we won. He was getting a little more how can I say, avoiding pressure in the pocket. He actually was running around to get open, and a little Russell Wilson esque, right? And that was something I never really seen out of Rodgers before. Because usually he kind of cool and just stay in the pocket. He don't really try to run, especially when pressure come along. But he's been good at finding them little holes and kind of squeaking out, and getting plays off. So Niners got to be, I think, a little concerned about that and ready, and I'm sure after looking at tape, I'm sure these guys definitely going to be ready for that.
Here's a fun fact is, Jimmy's used to playing in the cold. He's from Chicago. So I do feel comfortable with Jimmy there,
right. As far as the weather,
that's a key element, because a lot of quarterbacks can't play in this weather. So, he knows how to prepare. Just like Rodgers, has the home field advantage because of, the frozen tundra. But the biggest thing is how this game starts. I think it also comes down to how Kyle Shanahan wants, his first 15 plays to go. How is he dialing this up? And if I were going to put myself in Shanahan's shoes, it starts from the coin toss, right? Do you defer? Do you want the ball? Do we get it first? And how does this defense start? So I'm pretty pumped up from the minute this whistle is blown and this game is going to start. And I keep thinking about that. And I keep thinking, do we start fast? Do we start slow? Do we start from behind? This is one of those games where you go home if you mess up. So there's no crying. You got to get it done. And so I think that our defense is going to be key in this game. We need them so much in this game. I think D'Amico Ryans is going to have to dial up an excellent game, make the adjustments that are needed. The other thing too is, mistakes. Even from our running backs, you guys got to hold on to that ball. This weather is an element, and sometimes we want that extra yard. Maybe it's safer to just go down. But I'm overthinking stuff like that, and I want to see us do well, and I'm hoping, and it keeps coming up. We're going to stop the run. They're going to be one-dimensional. Our defense is going to know it's going to be a pass, and D'Amico Ryans is going to dial up the blitz. And that's all I can keep seeing. I don't see it any other way. So I am hoping it goes that way.
Yeah, most games though, he hasn't even had to. I mean, there's a few times, yeah, he brought the blitz, kitchen sink, everything, right? But with the four guys he got up front, man, I mean, they're just so fast and off the ball so quick. You know what I mean? I think that's why the Niners have been so great at defense because just their front four rushing up there on the quarterback. Everybody, you got 4, 5, 6, 7 guys back there. Basically taking out all your people to throw to. So it does kind of balance the defense back there to where the quarterback's like, oh shoot, I got pressure in my face, but damn, I don't see nobody open either. And I think that's why Dak Prescott had such a hard time really getting the ball off because he had pressure in his. He got sacked 5 times. He was pressured like 14.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? That's a lot of pressure coming at you on practically every play. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, man, the guy had no time to really even settle and focus, and if they could do the same thing to Aaron Rodgers and just get more pressure on this guy, and get him more. One thing about Rodgers, once you kind of get him a little rattled, like anybody else, they start fighting it a little, oh shoot, like damn, these guys bring the heat, and it's getting me rattled now, and they're not comfortable in their zone like like they usually, like Rodgers usually is. So get them rattled, shake them up a little bit, knock them around if you have to, you know what I'm saying, but no stupid penalties though.
Right.
But if they get him out of his comfort zone, I think that'll definitely be a big plus, and with this game. And I just and I think the Niners know, they know who they are, and they know what they can do, you know what I'm saying? And like, that's why I say Green Bay doesn't scare me, but they only scare me when Rodgers and Adams on the same page and they're just clicking, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And again, like you said, and they're running backs, was it Aaron Jones, right?
Yeah. Jones is he's their running back, and he had a decent game against us. He had 82 yards, Aaron Jones, on 19, but he carried the ball 19 times. I see this game, like I said, the flip-flop of the play calling. Shanahan wasn't running a balanced offense. Jimmy G's not passing 40 times in this game. And here's another one. Do they put in Trey Lance in a package in this one? I mean, you know how disruptive Kaepernick is against this team in the past and the history of that. Do you run something for him, maybe in the goal line, maybe in the red zone? I don't know. But I do know that if we get out early, like the way we started early against Dallas, okay, if we have that same momentum, now know, and your defense knows that they're passing and they have to pass to catch up. And that's when it gets a little fun for the defense. What are they dialing up on third downs? We got to get off the ball on third down, and we have to make third downs happen on offense. Keeping it short field game. Run that clock out. The way you beat Aaron Rodgers is keep him off the field.
Right. Exactly. I agree 100%. And and special teams too. Got to be on top of their game because they fell asleep on Dallas.
Let's watch these fake punts. Can we?
These fake punts, man. I mean, like every time they should now be like, I don't care. Anytime if Green Bay's punting the ball, they better be ready for the fake. That's all I got to say. Every single play because special teams been falling asleep. On some of these kicks, man. It's like, oh man, we got played again. You kidding me? You know what I mean? And so, team gonna see that, man. Hell, if it worked for damn Seattle and in Dallas, we should try it. So they might have that dialed up in a package somewhere along the way when they really need an important first down. So I hope special teams will be prepared and ready for that because we can't have that happen. You think they come in this game? Maybe I heard that they kind of try to deflate the ball a little bit. That way it's not so rocky hard. I think get a better grip on it. You think that helps?
I think they need to deflate the grass. It's going to feel like when you fall, it's going to feel like you're playing on the pavement.
Well, what's interesting though, from what I heard, matter of fact, today actually, I think who was on the radio? I think Greg Pop was actually talking about it, or the guy that's with him on that radio show. But he was saying that they actually have heating coils under this field.
Wow!
So they're saying that the field even though it's going to be whatever below zero, whatever this heating coils in that field, so the grass technically should be rather, soft. You know what I mean? Soft enough to, good running grip, which is good news for us because we like to run the ball. So.
Well, speaking of that, just for the fans, because I just remembered, half the stadium is bleachers. So bring something to sit on because you're going to get frozen buns out there. You bring
so
it.
They still have bleachers in that stadium. You're telling me?
They still got bleachers in certain sections, and I was in the bleachers and it was cracking. I mean, people are
really?
You're like they got like a little number of the section of your bleachers, and so they bring something to sit on because it gets cold. So you don't just go bare butt on the bleacher.
Oh boy, because you might be stuck to that bad boy by the time the game's over, man. You're gonna be like,
right. So that was one of the things. People were bringing in their blankets. A lot of the season ticket holders there, they'll have a blanket, so they put it on the bleacher. So it's not so cold.
Good information to know. You hear that, faithful? Bring a blanket for your booty. Okay.
If you're sitting in the bleacher, check your ticket.
In the bleachers.
Yes, check your ticket if you have a bleacher ticket.
Please tell me though, they're not metal bleachers.
They were wooden bleachers, but make sure you check because it doesn't matter. It's going to be 1 to 8 degrees.
Oh my goodness, man! I tell you, oh man, even like you said, you get that FOMO kind of like, damn man, I wish I could be there. You know what I mean? But you start thinking about all those little things, like, wait a minute, there's bleachers in the stadium, just like Stanford, like bleachers everywhere. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to be that close to somebody sitting on a bleacher. You know what I mean? Like, it's
a historic stadium, stadium. The walk up is just history. It looks like you're going into a castle. It's really nice. This game is so big. We're on the road. We're road warriors, and I hope the faithful shows up. We need everybody to get loud in that stadium.
Well, it sounds like there's a good crowd heading out there. I mean, I've been reading on all the they call it Instagram, Twitters, and everything. A lot of people seem to be making their way out there. People actually call me and tell me, hey, Chili, you going out there? Like, no. I mean, I know I'm Chili Will, but I ain't trying to be part of that cold weather. You know what I'm saying? I know. You Chili Will, the Penguin brother. You don't like some cold. No. I've been to the East Coast half my life, man. Dealt with blizzards and cold storms, ice storms, you name it. And those days have passed me. I don't think I care to be in it any more than I need to be. So I'm fine. I'll be all right, man. I will be all right. But
it was an honor. JMO and I got requested on Wednesday to go. Like, hey, are you guys coming out? Do you want to MC and DJ this event? And I was like, we asked, hey, and we ended up not going, but it was a little FOMO moment where it's like, are we gonna? But
I know you feel like you just want to be there. I'm like, maybe I could have went, but maybe not really go to the game. I just go, just watch the game at maybe that bar.
There's no way I do that, Chili Will. I might try to sell that to the wifey, like, no, babe, I'm just gonna go do this event and then go.
Yeah, home. I can take it. I can take it being in the stadium. No, I'm staying in this bar where it's nice and warm and watch the game.
Nah, we're going in the game, and then the other thing too is we've been on the road the last couple of weeks, Chili Will. Let's talk about this team, okay? We barely squeak into this playoffs against the Rams. We're in LA. That goes into overtime. And then we beat
and the big come from behind.
The big come from behind game. Okay. I mean, you got the Rams head coach celebrating with 6 minutes left in the second quarter in the end zone. And we turn that around just to get into the playoffs. This team has been living on the edge for 3 weeks. And now you look at this game, we go into Dallas. We go and handle business in Dallas. It shouldn't even have been as close as it was.
Right.
But we did what we needed to do. The reason why Dallas couldn't come back is because we did too much damage in that first half. But now we're in this scenario.
Yeah.
Who's the worst team you want to play? Do you want to play Green Bay, Rams, or do you want to play Tampa? Who's the team you don't want to play? The Niners have to play everybody. There's no one. We don't get a choice.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
that's how this team is going in. That's how the fans are going in. That's how I'm going into this game. I lost
Yeah.
my voice. I just getting it back.
Right.
You know, you know,
You and me
I'm gonna
both.
lose it again by Friday if I keep
Yeah.
getting
Exactly.
pumped up. You know,
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. And you're right. And then somebody was saying that usually I get something about like when a team beats the Cowboys or something to play, they've gone on to go to the
win the
Super
Super.
Bowl or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
the whole superstition of it, but I thought, oh, okay, that and the Niners could be experiencing that, like just sort of like I take you back, as a matter of fact, to I think I want to say it was New York Giants, right? When they kind of accidentally got into the playoffs,
Yep,
and I think it was
yep.
because of what Dallas lost or win. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was
Squeaked in.
basically they got in because somebody like else lost or whatever, and it got them in there.
Yep.
Once they were in there, on the road every game, boom, 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 and all close games, but they went on through, and of course they ended up facing us, right? 2011,
That was with
right?
Jeff Hostetler. They didn't even have Phil
Yeah.
Simms, right? Jeff Hostetler
No, it
was
was
a Hostetler.
Eli. No, it was Eli Manning. Not Eli. It was
Oh, you're
another
talking about the
Manning.
man. I'm talking about like
The
80, 89 when we almost
Oh
went
no,
three.
no, this
When
was
we almost went
2011.
three-peat.
No, this was 2011 because this was
2011,
technically
yeah.
supposed to be our year.
Yeah, yeah,
Remember, we
yeah.
had Alex Smith went to the NFC Championship. We
That's
had
when the championship
and
game.
that was the game. I hate talking about it, but Williams kind of gave up the ball at some key points in that game, and we lost. And that was one of those, like, I mean, that whole game, like, it was back and forth, but
Yeah,
nobody
yeah,
could do nothing, right? Because you had like two
yeah.
teams, good defenses, and but it
I was
came
at that
down to
game, Chili
turnovers.
Will. That one hurt
I
my
was
heart.
too.
I
Tell me about
cried in the
it.
parking lot.
I was the last one that left the building. I swear, I was sitting
Yeah.
up in the seat, like in the end zone, but way up in Candlestick, right up by where that little dude with the TV camera on the little platform back there, way in the back. That's where I was. Like, me and my boy were sitting there and watched the game, and I guarantee you, I think I was like the last person to leave. I was so brokenhearted in that game.
I was
I
really
sat there,
brokenhearted.
like, I didn't say nothing. I just couldn't, I couldn't stomach it. I was just like,
Well,
God,
that game wasn't about Kyle's fumble. It was about on that last drive, we had him within the red zone,
yeah,
and we had their running back fumble, and they
yeah,
called it a dead play,
yeah,
and it was a fumble, and we recovered it, and the game's over.
right.
And Alex Smith probably wins the Super Bowl that year. But I
That was
look
our
at
year, man. We had the defense that year. That's what we were
yeah, yeah.
often popping in 2011 and 12.
But here's the thing, you look at those heartbreaks. You even look at the heartbreak in 2019 when we were up in the first half against Kansas City. We're here now. Okay.
Right.
We've dealt with all these heartbreaks. I mean, there was a time when I was like, I don't know what I would do if we lost a Super Bowl because
Right.
we had glory days 5 times, five wins. We've
Yeah.
lost the last two. And this team has made it to these pinnacle playoff games. The media never wanted us to win. They got everybody picking against us. So
Mm-hmm.
now you got Shanahan on this second chance. Let's also look at the NFC West. You had the Rams go in. You had Arizona. They had a dud ever since their wide receiver Hopkins has been out. They didn't play well. So you
Mm-hmm.
look at where we ranked. We came in at the 6th seed. We could have came in higher. There was about 4 games we lost that we shouldn't have lost. So we're right where we're at now. And because we came into the 6th seed, we're playing Green Bay early. This should be the championship game meetup, right?
Yeah.
So the winner of this game, this is a championship game preview because whoever we play, if we win this game, we go against Rams or we go against Tampa. But I don't see anybody wanting to play the Niners because right now this is Niners and Green Bay should be the championship game matchup.
Right.
I know we got Tom Brady in there. He's the GOAT. But I just don't see the firepower that the way this team's built for January. This team's built for this time. And we're playing everybody early. There's no dodging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
There's no dodging.
There is no dodging. That's why I don't, I mean, I don't know. I'm having a vision. I just feel that I have a feeling that we're going to take care of our business tomorrow with Green Bay. And I feel that Rams are going to upset Tampa Bay.
I think so too.
And I think it's going to come down to the Niners and the Rams in the NFC Championship in LA. I swear to God,
I'm losing my mind.
Feeling.
I talked to Saloon Squad over in LA and the Levi South crew. I was up talking with them yesterday. Shout out to Sick Vic. He was doing my hats for me with my logo, and I was like, "Yo, you guys ready for the championship game and then again for the next?" He's like, "Man, we're ready." And I said, I don't know. I think that's an easier one to go to both. You know, we got to drive up there, Chili. Well, we can't miss that. We can't miss.
Let me ask you this question. Now, I know I really shouldn't get ahead of myself, but we do beat Green Bay and we end up facing the Rams, right, for this NFC Championship. Do you make sure you pack enough clothes for 2 weeks or 1 week? That's the question.
I got to come back. I got to come back.
You got to come back?
I got to come back.
I think I'm not coming back. You know, I mean, thank God I got some family down there. So I'm like, hey,
that's true.
You mind me staying here for the week because ain't no need for me to go back, waste money on another airfare, come flying down here or drive, whatever, and, I'm thinking, if they pull it off and they make their way to the Super Bowl, then why go back?
Right.
But staying down there, and I'm like, babe, make sure you bring your computers because you can work from anywhere. So we just might
work
have to
from
do
anywhere.
That.
I could probably pull something off, but I gotta be responsible. I sometimes I love my family, but
right.
the thing is you look at you eliminate the airfare. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you plan these big games, the way a lot of fans out there, they want to know, how do we go to all these games? Okay. You got to plan it. You got to book your airfare early because it goes up. Because once they know that SFO, that the Niners coming, then SFO jacks up all their prices immediately. But in LA, we can take a drive up there. So you save on the airfare, which means you can spend on the ticket. And so, you kind of got to manage it like that. And then you got the Super Bowl the next couple weeks. And, look, that's just an ideal scenario. We got one game to go, but it's fun to take a peek ahead and you start getting pumped up because I think that is the Niners' second stadium over there.
I'm telling you, when they built that sucker, I was like, oh, thank you, LA, for building the Niners' new stadium down in Southern Cal, because now we got two. You know what I mean? Because we own you guys. I'm sorry.
I'm looking at the pregame parties too, Chili. Well, we might need to get you some early rest and come out at because these pregame parties that LA is throwing is fire.
I know.
Shout out to Levi South and the 40 winos.
And I know you get the connections to all them. All them parties, man. Shoot, I had to. That's what I'm saying, man. I don't even want to. I could get into talking about, but I want to get my hopes high and stuff right now. Right now,
let's handle this game.
Focus. Let's take care of business in Green Bay. I think it's gonna, it's gonna be another gnarly one, man. I think it's gonna come down. I think we pull this out by at least a field goal somehow. I think by 3 points, but it's gonna have the same kind of intensity, same type of. What we experienced like with Dallas, you know what I mean? And in LA, I think it's just going to be crunch time moments where, I could just tell it's going to be just crazy. It's going to be one of these crazy endings, hopefully wonderful, exciting endings again. And now he's going to make their way out of there and upset these guys. Cause I think nice. Like I said, they have a lot to lose, but they don't. You know what I mean? They're the 6th seed. These guys technically don't belong in there. You know what I mean? But it's like we're here. So now we're here. We're going to wreak havoc and take care of business.
Let's bring that up. This is the first year they had a 7th seed. So, they added another playoff team this year. We got in with the 6th. We had a squeak in. But, this is just – it's crazy. The NFL added an extra game and an extra team for the playoffs. And we're still in it, and we're not supposed to be here. From what the media says,
right?
And I'm pumped up about that too, man. There's a little chip on my shoulder as a fan. I got people at work pinging me. They're like, "Did you go to the game?" Hey man, I've been wondering because I haven't seen you in the office. We've been in the pandemic. Hey man, hey, you good? Like, is everything pumped up over there?
Yeah.
And so, I think it's going to be an exciting game. Here's another one, Chili. Well, what if this is low scoring and it comes down to special teams? Our
Mm-hmm.
special teams needs to play a factor. This needs to be about field position as well. We
Yeah.
cannot, we cannot make mistakes with bad field position.
No, we can't.
And
We can't.
we gotta apply pressure when we can, and it's just going to be all full circle. Everybody has to do their job. Everybody has to do their
Yeah.
job,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a team effort.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, everybody's got to bring the A game, and it's big. This is a big game. They know that. Green Bay knows it. I guarantee you right now. I know Green Bay is very, very concerned. I mean, they may be playing. Yeah, you got Rodgers. Yeah, he's a great player. We all know that. We know how great the man is, and take nothing away from him, Adams, and all these guys. But you know what? If they've been watching it, and I'm sure they have, the Niners very carefully, these guys are just like, they must be looking at them like, man, these guys are playing like they ain't nothing to lose, and they're just, we have to bring our best. And
they said, Matt Mayoko said everybody showed up at practice. I'm a little worried about Ambry Thomas. He was a little bit banged up. He may be a game time decision. I'm not too sure. But I hope he's okay. I hope he's able to play. I think that's the only one. And then, of course, Bosa in the concussion protocol. But Shanahan says he feels he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I really think that he got a little dinged up, bad little hit on his knee or something, so he's been nursing that. But he said it wasn't looking too bad in practice. But from what everything's basically from what I've read and been seeing so far, it's been looking like a go for everybody. So I think we should be okay. I think we'll have Thomas out there, Bosa, Fred Warner. Fred Warner ain't trying to miss no game. That guy would play on a broken leg if he had to. You know what I'm saying? He's not.
He's not going to
sit up. Oh yeah, if it was a big game, I mean, he would. His leg would have to be totally gone and not to play.
That's the second time he scared me though. Like he scared me in Chicago.
Yeah, I look back because I went back on watching that game on the Dallas and saw him in pain. I kind of thought right away in my mind I was like, oh man, he must have a high ankle sprain or something. Right. Oh God, we're gonna lose our boy. You know what I mean? And I thought, oh, this ain't good, But then later that day, he was even saying, sorry about the scare, faithful. I'm gonna be okay.
I
thought, oh, thank you, God.
Yeah, same. I like his tweets. He's dialed in with his fan base. No one wants to see Fred hurt.
Oh no.
And if they need ice on that, they're gonna have it out there. They don't need to go get I need some ice. Doc,
Exactly.
just put it on the field.
Oh my man! Oh gee, that is funny, man. You're right. Ice will be very handy. Any way you need it. Hey, throw me a snowball, brick ice, will you, real quick? But I they were even matter of fact talking about whether I saw this on someone posted this on Instagram. The weather is saying the temperature should be about 12 degrees. I don't know what the RF is. What's that? Low RF. What's that?
Is that windshield factor? I don't know what RF is, but
maybe 3, maybe low. Maybe they're trying to say low from 3 degrees to 12. Wind advisory 8 miles per hour gusts could be up to maybe 12, and 6% chance of snow. Right on, bring your toboggans, man. Your sleds, let's go.
It's already gonna feel like the snow.
I know, man. We can build some snow, man. Have a snowball fight. That's all. Yeah, get some snow out there, man.
What about shirtless fans? All those crazy shirtless fans. I want to see if anybody comes out like that. That's how they get on TV. Wear no shirt, go out there like that. There's
always about 2 or 3 of them out there, or maybe 2 or 4 that no shirts, acting a fool. I'm like, man, I hope you guys don't catch pneumonia, man. It's great. I don't know how. I mean, I get it, being a fanatic and taking it to another level, but
that's what Hennessy does, man.
I guess so. They got some kind of moonshine. They got some kind of moonshine going on strong in their body. Because man, how the heck do you put up with temperatures like that? No way. I don't know. I don't even know if I could do that for $1 million, and if so, it'd be like for a minute. And
what was the guy right back on in Denver who used to wear a barrel? Remember, who was the guy in the 80s?
Oh,
90s, early 90s.
Yeah.
This barrel guy always thinking, it's cold out there. What the hell?
Yeah, I remember that.
They don't even let you in the tail. They don't let you in the game with a barrel anymore.
Yeah.
So
I know, like, how would somebody get a costume like a barrel up in the game? You actually allowed that to go,
like, Sir, I need the barrel. I'm not wearing anything underneath.
Yeah, you have to have like some serious clout, man. It's like like Banjo Man. You see Banjo Man, he's just everywhere, brother.
Yeah,
He probably just walks right in the game, no problem. Banjo Man's here. But got his cape, little twirly hat and everything, banjo playing.
Donations.
Yeah, I know.
Donations.
Oh man. Hey, he's making
Shout out to Banjo Man.
Shout out to the Banjo Man. He's
up there in San Rafael doing well. I'll tell you that. I talked to Banjo.
I hope so.
Yeah. You're not doing nothing bad up there.
Right. Exactly, man. That's good. But yeah, man. So tomorrow, man, let's man, I'm excited. Let's get this done, man. I really think we're gonna do it. I really have faith and believe we're gonna make it happen. That's gonna happen.
I'm ready, Chili Will. Let's get it done. Let's go.
We are destined, Antonio. We are destined, I think, to make it back to the Big SB, brother. I'm telling you. I still feel it. I'm really feeling good about this, honestly. Yeah. I mean, like, if I really had a serious doubt, I that's why I said I don't expect to be the prettiest game, but we're gonna edge this thing out somehow, and upset these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because
we got to.
And just real quick to go back last year, you saw Tampa Bay, Tom Brady. It wasn't so much about what he did, but it was what the defense did to Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
Okay, they had Rodgers freaking locked in, and if our defense can come in there locked in on Rodgers, boy, it's gonna be a good day for us.
Look, week 3 was close. I expect this to be close, or we are in control of our own destiny.
Yep.
We got to make it happen, and we got the faithful heading out there.
Yes,
This is another rivalry. Let's talk about the Dallas Cowboy rivalry. There's a Green Bay rivalry because Green Bay had our number when in the Steve Young days too, where we were like, dude, what's up with this Green Bay thing? So there's still a rivalry there too, and this is a huge game because after this we go into good weather places.
Yeah, and that is good that you brought that up too. Is the fan base? I read somewhere, I didn't post it, but I think it was on Twitter or something. But they were saying that most percent of the ticket sales so far have been going to the 49ers.
49er ticket sales.
Faithful right now buying up some tickets out there in Green Bay compared to Green Bay fans it wasn't as high, so I'm kind of like,
let's talk about that too, man. Let's talk about that. The last 2 games we went to, ticket prices are crazy. This is the cheapest ticket out of the 3 games.
Yeah.
From LA to Dallas to this one. This is the cheapest tickets. I was
seeing tickets on there like right behind the 49ers, like the section in the middle. Yeah, just like under $300, man.
Under $300.
Yeah, I actually saw it was what was it? It was that high 200 something, just under $300. I was going, oh my God, and these low seats right down behind the Niners, man. I was going.
I was checking on Wednesday. It was like $320. I was like, ooh. No. I was getting FOMO at that point, but I was getting FOMO, but
that's fear of missing out, by the way. In case
fear of missing out.
People must hear that all the time and think like, "What the hell is FOMO mean?" Why
FOMO, fear of missing out. Fear of
missing out. That's right. Yeah, but good. Prices, man. Dang, I wish they were like that in a Dallas game. They sure weren't. It was crazy, but anyway, yeah. I think Nine's gonna be out there in full force, man. Our faithfuls. That's how we roll, man. That's how we roll. That's how we do. All right, my brother. Well, listen, man.
Right on.
Another great show, pre-huddle game show, man. Let's do this, man. Niners, let's get this victory, man, so we can still talk more Niner football next week, and we'll be back on next Wednesday, regardless of what happens. 49 Street Squad. So we'll see everybody then. And I want to thank all the faithful for tuning in and watching and showing all the love. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, notification bell. See the shows and stuff, man, because it's all about the 49er the 49er faithful, and us doing our thing and having fun, man. Antonio, thank you again, my brother. Love you, my man.
Love you too, brother.
Let's go get this win, right?
Where my Niners at? Let's go.
Where our Niners at? Yeah. All right, man. We'll see you next week.
Have a good one, Chili Will.
Okay, man. All right. Once again, 49er faithful, I want to thank my man Antonio Avella for being on, a special guest for the 49ers Street Squad pre-game huddle. 49ers at Green Bay Packers tomorrow at like 7:15. That's when the game starts, man. Make sure you guys are going out there, be safe, or if you're still coming into town, be safe, but have a great time. Let's fill up that stadium with nothing but red, you know what I'm saying? Make sure we bring it, man. And like I said, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I do believe the Niners are going to finish and win this game. We're going to find ourselves probably playing the Rams again. I just know it, man. I'm telling you, I just feel it, man. Let's knock out these two big teams, Brady. I'm sick of Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I always hear about these two guys, but let's get some new blood in the playoffs and make it exciting and have a great time. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Love you, man. You guys take care. Chili Will, out.